Welcome back, YouTube, to the movie bit. First, let me start off by apologizing. I really wanted to get the 31 Days of Halloween up and going again this year, but as I started filming them and writing them, time just kept slipping away with work, school, and it wasn't able to happen this year. But I rest assured it will be back next year. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Today, we're here to talk about Bloody Bloody Bible Camp. Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Bloody Bloody Bible Camp.
Check out the trailer.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever.
Amen.
Bloody Bloody Bible Camp. In 1977, Sister Mary Chopper sent 8 people to heaven. In 1984, she's back for more.
God damn!
Bloody Bloody Bible Camp.
I think the Lord brought us here for a reason. And this weekend will give us the opportunity to know the Lord a little bit better and know a whole lot more about ourselves.
Oh, I'm rolling down the road with Jesus by my side. I'm rolling down the road with Jesus, I'm Jesus satisfied. The first time I met Jesus, I was a slave to sin. But now I'm free forever, 'cause I let my Savior in. Yes, rolling down the road with Jesus by my side. I'm rolling down the road with Jesus, I'm Jesus satisfied.
Bloody Bloody Bible Camp. Heaven is for everyone.
Except you.
Buy it.
Okay, in Bloody Bloody Bible Camp in 1977, a group of teens go on a church retreat to the Happy Day Bible Camp, and all hell breaks loose when Sister Mary Chopper comes and pretty much takes her own justice on their their vile, sinning ways. And so therefore, 7 years later, you have another group of unruly teens in quote, go to Happy Day Bible Camp, and once again, like in every film of this nature, they don't listen to any of the warnings that they have, and all hell breaks loose once again. I have to say, I actually really loved the trailer to this movie, and the trailer is what really made me want to see it, because once you see the trailer, you realize this movie does not take itself seriously one iota, and what this film is in the title. It is campy, and I love campy films because they don't take themselves seriously. They know they're not good, but when you have that knowledge of yourself, you get the lovely feeling of being so bad it's good. And this film does that remarkably. You have a cast of so-so actors that are leading the way with Reggie Bannister, B-horror alum from Phantasm, Bubba Hotep, anything Don Coscarelli has done, he is in. You have Tim Sullivan from 2001 Maniacs fame, and the sequel 2001 Maniacs 2, Fields of Terror. But I think that Tim Sullivan was highly underused in this movie, because he actually is a pretty good actor if you see some of his other stuff, but they really didn't use him wisely in this film. And last but not least, and I don't care if this is a spoiler, you saw him in the fucking trailer, Ron Jeremy's in this movie as fucking Jesus Christ. That's all I have to say. Ron Jeremy, plays Jesus Christ, which is great because the first line of dialogue that you hear in this film is, "I bet Jesus has a big dick." That's where this film goes. It starts off with saying, "I bet Jesus Christ has a big dick." From that point on, you know what you're getting into. So if you have moral issues with this movie, you probably shouldn't watch it in the first place. If you're going off the trailer, you're not going to want to fucking see it. Because it's loads of blood that looks like fucking just red dyed water. And I love that because it's so hokey, so campy. And it brings me back to the stuff that I used to watch in the 80s. And it's very rare that you find a film that tries to do that homage and successfully does it. This film does. I think the film could have dialed back on some of the stereotypes because everything is so right in your face. Like in the 70s portion of this film. If you don't know what fun fur is hair that you put places. And there was fun fur in this film that put in places that it should never be. And it's like one scene was very Austin Powers just with the priest in the chest. But it's a horror movie, so you have full-on naked women. You can guess where the fun fur went. And yeah, no, it got a laugh. It got the reaction I bet it was looking for, but it's unfucking necessary. Not that the nudity isn't necessary, because that is a very, very key thing in bad horror films. But the fun fur in the nether regions do not do. The fact that all the people that are killed in this movie happen during the opening title sequence, I thought was fucking amazing, because it's very, very 70s and 80s style opening credit sequence where you have a series of stuff, then right at the moment of impact, it like you freeze frame, tints to red, zooms in, and this really, really hokey graphics and text and everything. Really, really cool, and it's something that I really haven't seen in quite a while, and I really enjoyed actually seeing this in a movie nowadays once again. To call back to the two people that weren't killed in the 70s was very telegraphed because you never actually saw those killings in the opening sequence, but I think they could have came back to it a little better than actually how they did in the movie, where the guy who was fucking the girl and gets stabbed in the face is now, for some reason, a drooling paraplegic. The survivor girl comes in, sees him, and, "Oh, I gotta go outside." That's it. That's pretty much all you see for a good chunk of this movie. So you have this huge impacting opening sequence, which made me love the movie from the get-go. But it's the second act that drags way too long. Like, you have all the antics that you could think of from a summer camp, let alone a Bible camp. So you have Bible trivia, you have songs by the campfire, you have going swimming in the lake. All this shit is just dragged on and on. I do think it's funny, being raised Catholic, that you have the Reggie Bannister character as the priest, and he's, where I'm talking about the stereotypes, he's reading a magazine called Communion, spelled C-U-M-I-O-N. And of course it's baptizing. It's like a picture of a altar boy laying down. It says baptism and he's being covered in white shit. It's fucking hilarious, but I'm sure it really pissed a lot of people off. And on that front, I want to talk about something else that I'm going to try to implement in these videos. It came to my attention that there's a website called movieguide.org, which is a Christian-based movie review site that centers their reviews to guide parents on what they should and should not let their kids watch. I checked, there is nothing posted for this movie yet, but in other movies that I review, I will definitely check, and I don't care if it's plagiarism, I'm going to read exactly what they say because it's usually fucking hilarious. Anywho, back to the stereotypes. You have the one black guy in the movie wearing a terrible, terrible 80s Jerry Curl wig, and he is a deacon in this church, so therefore they constantly call this guy brother. It is blatant in your face and doesn't shy away from being politically correct or incorrect for that matter in any way, shape, or form. Nice to see, but it could have done a little less. Yeah, my one biggest gripe with this film, if you're going to make an 80s period piece, that's fine. I like it. But when they go into the convenience store where they're buying all their shit for the camping weekend, they go to a cooler and I see a cooler full of Mike's Hard Lemonades and 4 Lepos. Okay, those weren't out in the 80s. Choose another fucking cooler. There's tons of shit that was out in the 80s that are in everyday convenience stores. That's all they had to do. That being said, I'm going to wrap this up. I really did enjoy this movie, but if you're not into like bad, crappy, campy horror flicks, this isn't Stay Far, Far, Far Away. But if you do like that, you're nostalgic about that, and you can have a little camp with your horror, watch this movie because you will highly enjoy it. It's a little hard to find, but if you track it down, definitely check it out. You won't be disappointed. And as always, till next time, kiddies.